Damn. Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Bungo Stray Dogs Season 4, Episode 1, The Lone Swordsman and the Famous Detective. You know, when I saw that, I saw the thumbnail. It was Fukuzawa that was in there. So when I read the title, The Lone Swordsman, I'm like thinking it's him. But then they said, and the famous detective. So I mean, he's the one that created the agency, right? So who's the famous detective? I don't know. Or they're talking about both of them. Like he is a swordman and he's a detective. So maybe the title is just referencing him, only him. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Last episode was awesome. You have Asushi and Akutagawa working together. Asushi now embodying both his ability and Akutagawa's ability. You also had Fyodor getting captured for now, I guess. Francis just showing up out of nowhere. Him and Dazai went to him and asked him to use the eyes of God to find Fyodor, and that's how they were able to capture Fyodor. And they got rid of the cannibalistic thing that was killing, well, four of them at this point, because he had Fukuzawa, Mori, Akutagawa, and Asushi as well. So they were all okay. So, they had a party for Fukuzawa and all of that. I think that's basically what happened last episode. I love that episode so much. So before we get into this one, if you guys have my reaction, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And with this being the first episode of this 4th season, you can look at the full and for free. The link is going to be in the description box and in the comment section. So check it out. And if you like it, consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/FeelMini. And now let's start this episode. And here we go. Oh my gosh, I saw the title of the episode and I'm like, okay, who are they talking about? They're talking about just Fukuzawa, you know? But no. It was when they were showing the intro that I'm like, oh, clearly talking about Rampo. Oh, and it's gonna be the story of them too. I'm like so excited. I was so excited. Because I mean, you know that Rampo said that Fukuzawa is the one that gave him his glasses. You know, there's the special relationship between them two. You know that they build the detective agency around Rampo. So it's like Rampo is like a central character. And then you have Fukuzawa, the lone swordman, that now wants to work alone. And there was someone that called him from the military police and they're like basically asking him to come work with them or something or other. And he's like, no, now I'm working alone. And they showed him looking at these newspapers. Like it was so quick, like I couldn't read everything that they were saying. But I know there was like killings involved and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, what are you talking about him? And clearly they were talking about him because Rumble said so, you know? Okay. Wow. That moment. Okay, first off, they started the episode basically with this murder that happened. The president of something. Was it the police? Military police? I don't know, something or other. Because Rumpo came there to get some kind of working permit. So I guess it's a government official kind of person, president, whatever. That they said was pushed out of a window. And Fukuzawa came there, you know. What did Fukuzawa say was the relationship between him and the president? Did he say? I don't know, but the secretary was like, he's this president. I feel like it was a woman because there was a woman sitting in the chair and other people around the person sitting in the chair. So I feel like it was a woman. I might have seen that wrong, but that's what I thought. So this president was the one that gave this assistant secretary their job or something or other like that. And he's like, he's arranging all these papers on the ground. He's like, he wants to figure out. He feels like the murder is connected to these documents that the people that came might have been trying to steal these documents or something or other like that. And he's trying to figure out which documents are missing, looking for patterns. Just like there was all these papers on the ground, and then he mentioned the fact that the assassin has been captured. I'm like, huh? And then he said the assassin was next door. And I'm like, huh? And when they said that he's not talking or something or other like that, I don't know why I thought about Rainbow, because Rainbow loves to talk. But my mom went to Rainbow because, you know, the it's still Swordsman and the detective, so I'm thinking it's gonna be Rainbow in there. And when they opened the door and you see this young boy, he didn't look like Rainbow to me. And then they mentioned the fact that this person had red hair. I don't know if it's because the screen, like I'm trying to reduce the glare from the screen on my glasses and everything. So I turned the screen, the image or whatever to like nighttime or something or other like that. So I'm not sure if it's just, I felt like the whole episode was sort of like black and white. That's what I thought. But then it might have been the screen. So I didn't really notice a red hair kind of anything. And then he said that this person had red hair. And then you see the two guns. And I'm like, then he's like, this is Oda something or other. I'm like, huh? This is Oda Saku? Way before he decided to stop killing. Because he was clearly young. And he's been known, I guess, for killing people already. And that's when the door opened. And Rumple just came in, started talking because he had an interview with the president who was gonna get this permit, and he has his documents among the other documents that were on the floor, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get my document or something or other like that." And he was walked out there and opened the window because his paper was like had more weight to it. The other papers around like flew, and his was still on the floor. So he's like, "Okay, this is my document." And the guy, the secretary, was like getting upset because now he's saying that he has to do this all over again because of whatever. And the guy's like, I was like, "What? Why? I mean, you're the killer." And both him and Fukuzawa were shocked, and then he started going through his reasoning as to why the secretary is the killer. And as he was reasoning things out, he's like, even Fukuzawa could see that, yeah, what this boy is saying is true. Like, and when he mentioned that basically Odasaku did not know that he was walking into a trap. Like, he basically lifted Odasaku's fingerprints and faked them and put them on the president's back, and, you know, to try to make him the killer and whatnot. That's where Odasaku got sort of like angry, and he just sort of, he still had his hand tied behind his back, but he sort of like broke through the thing, just like got his guns, and just like when he started doing that, and then Fukuzawa just like they were about to attack each other. I'm like, what's gonna happen? And this boy, I thought that the fight was gonna be one-sided or something, you know, because Fukuzawa is super strong, you know. I thought he was gonna be one-sided, but this boy, Odasaku, was like, damn, I was so surprised. And then I remembered when Dazai told Fukuzawa and all the people that were there that Odasaku could take them all out, and like if he really wanted to. I'm like, so this is why he said that. Damn. Now I'm sorry that he's why did I say that? Now I'm sorry that he's dead. Like, I was sorry, I was super upset when he died in that episode, but like, even this makes him even more like awesome. Oh man, like I was really shocked to see how much he was able to withstand and push back against Fukuzawa, and then he just went with this and just shot the assistant. And when Fukuzawa was like, call an ambulance, and then the military police, and he's like, why? Rumpo's like, why? He's dead. I'm like, wow. Like that whole fight scene, like it shocked me, and it was awesome, and it was shocking just because of how much Odasaku was so strong. Like, damn. Wow. So after all that, Fukuzawa takes Rampo to a restaurant, and he was asking all these questions about. First of all, he's asking, "Why are you not eating the rice ball?" He's like, "No, they're not sweet." And then he started asking questions about him, and he asked about his parents. He's like, "My parents are dead in a car accident." Basically, everywhere that he found some kind of job or something, he was always getting fired, and it was always after him exposing the people that hired him for something that they've done, you know. And after they finished eating and everything, and he asked all the questions, and he's like, okay, now what? Like basically asking Fukuzawa, so is that it? Like, you give me food, and then you ask me all these questions, and is that it? You know, he was expecting more, you know. And then Fukuzawa gave him his business card. And he's like, if you ever need help, just like call me, and I'll help you. No questions asked or something or like that. And he took the card. He walked away. Because I was about to call him. I don't know why exactly he was about to call him. I mean, he was looking at all the place around and everything, but then he called out to him, and then that's when his phone rang. That whole scene was so funny. And he just basically told, "Hi, it's me. I don't have a job. I don't have a place to stay. I need your help." It was so funny. So Fukuzawa took him to this job that he was hired for. There was this, I'm about to say threat, but it's not a threat. It was a warning. There was this warning against this theater. They were about to do this play or something. And the warning was about them killing the actors or actor, either way. There was this threat about killing somebody. So, warning about killing somebody. So, this woman hired Fukuzawa to basically stop that from happening. But then the military police was also there, and Fukuzawa took him there because the woman said that they needed help, I guess. So he's thinking, if I do this job correctly, they might give him the job. But then the woman's like, okay, bring me your resume. And the fact that there were all these other people vying for the position, and when Rampo is like, I'm clearly not getting this job, you know. And he basically revealed, first of all, he called her a hag. And he revealed what this woman was trying to do. He he didn't trust the military police, and he didn't trust Fukuzawa. And she's hoping, I guess, that the military police would keep an eye on Fukuzawa, and then Fukuzawa would also do the same. But Fukuzawa didn't care about that. He's like silence. Like, I don't care about that. I'm just here to do my job, stop people from getting killed, and everything. And he was like, okay, can I ask the actors questions, like interview your actors and everything? And he went about doing his interviews and everything, and at the end of it, the theater and the military police, he came to the conclusion that the theater and the military police are not taking this threat seriously. And then that's when Rampo was like, it's not a threat, it's a warning. And he's like, a threat, it's like a quid pro quo kind of thing. You do this and I'll do this. But in this particular case, the guy just basically told the person, angels, I think it said angels or whatever, told them that they were going to kill somebody, you know, and they're not asking for anything from the theater. So, and then Fukuzawa was like, how did you know all these things? From the first time I read the letter. Like, when I read what the letter said, that's how I knew, you know. And then Fukuzawa started thinking about how he basically knew people, situations, or what happens from the get-go, you know. And that's when he asked Rampo what he thought about him. He told him that he was gonna let him stay at his place, and he wanted to know what his assessment of him was. And that's when he went through the whole thing. Uh, when the where he chose to sit in the restaurant told him that he was a swordsman. He's in his early 30s or something. He what did he say? I forgot. But he told him a whole bunch of stuff. And then he told him the reason why he's not carrying his sword or whatever anymore is because of his last job. He was upset, like when he started missing his last job. That's when they showed the flashback of all the dead bodies around and all of that. And Fukuzawa was getting upset, and he's like, "Did you just shut up or silence?" Or I don't know. Either way, that I don't know. I feel like he didn't actually push Rampo. I think it was just the force of his silence that sort of like I don't know, but Rampo wound up on the floor. His hat went on the floor, and Fukuzawa apologized and everything. And basically, Fukuzawa's assessment of Rampo is that he sees the truth. He sees how things are, and he thinks, well, Rampo sees how things are, and he thinks that Rampo believes that everybody sees the same thing that he does, but they're just not saying it, or they acting like that, like they don't know. So it's like, boy, help me with this job, and then I'll help you find a better job or something like that. We know what that job is gonna be. It's gonna be the agency opening up and everything. So yeah, now the theater is about to open. People are coming in on like the movie, not the show. The show is about to start. So that's why the episode ended. So I cannot wait to see how that's gonna play out. Oh yeah, I love this. I love seeing these flashback stories about these characters. And I was saying it during the intro. They did the same thing when in season 2 and season 3. Season 2 they started with the backstory of Odasako, right? I believe. And when they're doing the backstory, the intro, the images that they show during the intro are of those backstory or those episodes until the backstory finishes, and then they go back to all the other characters showing up in the intro. So that's what they did for season 2 with Odasako. Season 3, I believe, was Chuya and Dazai's backstory together, I believe, if I remember correctly. And now they're doing Fukuzawa and Rampo. Loved it. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And you can also see the full length for this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, that was the first. Oh, was that the first intro or the second? Oh.